Talon, it's been a very challenging, interesting year for you, getting yourself back from that mission form into where you feel like you can go out and compete against guys on LSU and Wisconsin and so on and so forth. What has the past year been like for you physically?
I think the last year's been good. The year before that was kind of the rougher one, getting back from the mission and trying to get back in shape and getting over a couple injuries. But this last year has been more, getting back, developing physically a little bit more. I needed a lot of coaching, still need a lot of coaching. But I mean, it's been a good year, and I've stayed healthy, so I couldn't really hope for anything more than that.
Wait, you didn't just lift weights and work out your entire mission?
No, no, not at all. Surprising.
Yeah, I know. If Alabama would be doing it, like Kalani said during the national title.
Yeah.
So what was that kind of red shirt, get into shape year like? And then last year you played a little bit, and then this year you expect a little bit more.
Yeah. So the first year, again, I had to take care of a couple injuries, so it was mostly rehab, but it went by fairly quickly. And then as soon as the new staff got here, I was back and healthy, so it was all go from there. Definitely some tough days getting back into shape, but I mean, it's been good. So
you say you need a lot of coaching. Where do you feel like you need to and want to get better as a wide receiver?
At everything. I think the more we're out here, the more we realize how much we're missing in our games, how much we need to improve on. So got a few more weeks to take some big strides and be where we'd like to be, I think. So I'm included in that, definitely.
The last 2 years, BYU has graduated, I believe, the top 3 guys by catches and yards. So there's kind of been a lot of attrition at wide receiver. Yeah. What kind of opportunity is there for the entire group to kind of prove itself this year?
I think that itself is the big key, is proving ourselves as a group, individually. All of us want to have success, and I think more than anything, we really want to be known as a good receiving core and eventually a great receiving core. I think we've got a few more years to play together with the main, like our main group, minus a few guys, but there's a ton to prove. I think until now, I think we haven't really shown what we should. So,
how would you assess your understanding of the playbook? A playbook that Steve Clark told us just a few days ago is fairly complicated.
Time is on our side. The longer you're here, the easier it is. So being here from the beginning, it was a little easier. I think coming in and starting in the program right now would be tough, but it's kind of a step-by-step thing. So it's kind of like a language. So the longer you're in it, the better you understand it. So I think that's going all right.
We've seen you make some nice catches, especially when we've watched practice and the highlights that go out. What's fall camp been like for you, and how would you assess your play?
Well, it's been fun. I think I'd like to play better. Some days are good, some days aren't. I'd like to be more consistent. I think everybody would at some point, but I don't think individually, like personally, I don't think I'm really pleased yet with how things have been going, but I mean, we've got other guys who have been just consistent every day, so I'm trying to work up to their level.
The magic of editing too. The highlights they show the good stuff.
You never do anything wrong.
I guess I have not done a single thing wrong.
You haven't dropped the ball in the highlights.
I haven't. Please don't put it on
the
there.
miscues from 2017 BYU football camp. We're here with Talon Shumway, one of the wide receivers who is feeling really good. Talon, when it comes to being on the same page with Tanner Mangum, at what point does a wide receiver and a quarterback develop the chemistry where a look or a glance or one hand signal opens everything up?
I don't know. He's hard to keep up with. His mind's always moving, and he's always playing on a real high level. So you got to always keep up with him mentally, which is the challenge itself. But I think it's one of those time things. The longer you spend with people, and film helps, watching film, and then just talking to him and asking him what it is he wants you to do, because he's the leader. We're just followers.
Does he ever call you out?
Oh yeah, of course.
What's that? Simulate that experience. What's it like?
That's not so bad. It's good. It's a good thing.
Who's calling Tanner Mangum out?
Tanner Mangum.
Does Ty
he
get it?
doesn't need anybody. He's his own best critic and worst critic.
Does Ty get on him?
You're gonna have to ask him. I don't know.
That was a good.
Yeah, he does.
That was a good deference. Fun fact: you played with the Lone Peak 3 in high school, and you guys won the national title.
Yeah. Supporting role. I was a kind of an extra, you know.
Lone Peak 3, co-starring Talon Shumway, and Zach Frampton, and Frank Jackson, and those guys. What was it like to play at such a high level in high school basketball? But you ultimately played football. Could you have played college basketball too?
No.
No?
No.
It was always a football thing?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I think the team was great, so I played with a really good team, so I think it made me look a little better than it was. So, yeah, that's behind me.
Moving on to BYU football.
Moving on.
Are you always open like Micah Simon tells us he is?
I don't know. He's open a lot. I think I'd like to get open more. Sometimes it depends on the day, depends on the play. So, yeah, I'd say in your mind, you always think you're open.
That's
every
a wide
play.
receiver mentality, right?
I'm open. 3 guys on me. I'm open. I could have caught it, but I don't know. I'll have to look at the film and see. But, yeah, sure. I'm open.
So when you go back to the huddle, are you ever talking to Tanner like, dude, just throw me or are you like, I'll just be quiet. I'm going to listen to the next play.
Yeah, I gotta be a little submissive, so I don't do a whole lot of talking if I can breathe when I get back. So.
Is that the number one thing? You're trying to get your breath back?
Trying to get your breath back because you don't know if the next play you're gonna have to run someone off. So, you know, it's kind of how it goes.
Yeah, is there anybody that runs more on the football field in the actual pace of play than the wide receivers?
I would think
Probably
not.
The equipment guys.
Oh, okay.
They're under a lot more pressure than we are.
That's true. Hopefully those guys are on scholar. That's hard. Who's impressed you in the wide receiver group through fall camp so far?
Oh, man. Everybody. I think someone that no one's really talked much about is Neil Powell. He's for real.
Oh, Ben Cahoon told us he's having himself quite a camp.
Yeah, so I think Neil showed up, and he's proving to be a great guy. And then, you know, Micah, Jonah, Keeley, Bo, more guys coming out every day. Even the new guys, Tarek, he's had a great camp. So I think guys have really showed up and stuck out. So
does Neil laugh when he catches the ball like Butch when he does?
He never stops smiling.
It's a family thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're the anti-Brothers Grimm.
Yeah.
Whatever the
Yeah,
opposite
seriously.
of that is, that's what they are.
I'm doing a thing good,
Yeah.
and it's hilarious.
Sometimes brothers are different, but they're pretty similar. Just happy.
Right on. What does Ben Cahoon pound into your head? Like, if he had like one coaching mantra or saying that you have picked up since you've been playing for him, what would it be?
Well, he's got a lot of sayings, but I'd say if there's one thing that's kind of his thing, it's details. Everything is so detailed. Just, I don't know if he's got OCD or what, but whatever it is, it's great. His attention to detail and the expectations he have that we perfect just small things. I think that really goes a long way, and it's great to play under that. So.
All right, Talon. We wish you the best of luck moving forward. And if you need to call out Tanner Mangum, feel free to do so.
Nope, not a chance. He doesn't need it. He does not need that.
Thanks, Talon.
Yeah, thank you.